Good news, Shabbos Kodesh, Parshas Shemos, Ches 5778, from Yerushalayim Kodesh. So, we finished last week, we discussed a little bit what the Ramban calls the Sefer HaAvos. The Sefer Parshas is the Sefer that describes the foundation, the beginning of the making of mankind of Klal Yisrael. Adam to Noach a little bit, and then intensely on Avram, Yitzchak, and Avram, a little bit on Yitzchak, and very heavy on Yaakov. That's really what Sefer Avos, Sefer Parshas is about. We start now Sefer Shemos, which the Ramban calls Sefer HaToldos. The story of the children from when we go into Mitzrayim, the Shibud of Mitzrayim rather, till the Yetzias Mitzrayim, both Torah and ultimately building the Mishkan, and then come to Eretz Yisrael. So, the leader who we're going to focus on now, till the end of his Eis HaBracha, till we get to Eretz Yisrael, is Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu is a leader who goes out to Klal Yisrael. We all know that when Moshe Rabbeinu was born, it was a gzeira that every zachar be thrown into the river. Moshe Rabbeinu's parents put him in a basket in the water with the hopes that maybe, hopefully, he'll survive. Bas Pari, we know, found him and raised him as hers. So you have a Moshe Rabbeinu growing up not in the house of some tzaddik that is, having these ashwa. He grew up in Beis Pari, the house of one of the worst people ever to exist. Moshe Rabbeinu, the pasuk tells us at this point where he becomes a leader. The first thing we see is, that the one pasuk says, "Vatikach Isha." What we have over here? Perik Beis pasuk das. She found the whole Perik Beis here, right? She found the basket. That's Parak, Pasuk Vav, Parak Beis Pasuk Vav. Vatiftach v'tirei azayel. She sees the child. Yini nar plicha v'tachmel alav. She saw this child crying. She had some compassion on him. V'toimer, and she said, "Miyaldei ha'ivrim zeh." There's got to be a Jewish kid. V'toimer achosei al Bas Pari. So his little boy, Moshe Rabbeinu's sister Miriam, says to Bas Pari, I'm going to go call a Jewish woman who's going to nurse this boy for you, this child. Go call the mother of the child. Okay, fine. She found the child, talked very little bit about him growing up in Beis Pari. He grew up, and he's growing up in Beis Pari. Okay, now we all know. Now here's the pasuk. Here's the first time Moshe Rabbeinu is going out as a leader. As a person, he's leaving Beis Pari. And then it was in those times. Moshe grew up. He's not Vayigdal Hayeled anymore. He's Vayigdal Moshe. Now he's an ish. Now he's a person. What made him a person was his working on his character. Because Vayetze Alachav, and he went out to his brothers, Vayar B'Sivloisam, he saw their anguish. Vayar Yesh Mitzri Maka Yeshivri Me'achav, he saw a Jew, Yesh Mitzri hitting a Jew. Viv and Koi V'Koi, he looked around. Vayar Ki Einish, he saw nobody was around. Vayak is a Mitzri. He hit the Mitzri, Vatimner B'Chol, and buried him in the sea. That's the first thing we see Moshe Rabbeinu doing after being a child. Says the Ramban, it's the moment when Moshe Rabbeinu finds out he's a Jew. He grows up in Beis Parai, in this dirty, disgusting, decrepit place, this house full of immorality, impurities, and idol worship. And growing up in this house, he didn't even know he was a Jew. Until they told him he was a Jew. שגדל והיה לאיש, כי מתחילה אמר וגדל הילד, שגדל עד שלא היה צריך לגמרי. וזה ויש לבד, כי לפני מלאך מסיעצה, וכן גדל והיה לאיש דס, now he's a person with intellect. ותם ויצא הלכת. What's the reason? What's the meaning behind? He goes out to his brothers. They now told him he's a Jew. So he wanted to go see. You tell me I'm a Jew? Let me go see who are these Jews. Because they're his brothers. He saw their anguish. He saw what they were going through. Their toil, what they were working in. He could not handle it, says the Rambam. He couldn't handle it. That's why the first thing he did, he saw the Mitzvah hitting a Jew. He killed him. He killed the Mitzvah. We all want to have that impact. We all want to have that effect in the world, making that difference. Moshe Rabbeinu, yet he could not handle, he couldn't fathom to accept another Jew in pain, another Jew suffering, and sit by and watch. I think, friends, if we all would take that lesson to heart, and when we see another Jew struggling, we see him going through hardship, going through trouble, if it's not the Mitzri, hitting him to the point of death, but he's going through any kind of pain. We have to train ourselves. Even us who didn't grow up in the base of morality. Of course, we're not on the level of Moshe Rabbeinu, but we have to train ourselves to be able to sympathize and empathize with others, to be vayar b'sivloisa, and then ultimately, you never know, one of us could be that leader who's going to take us out. It is for Shemos.